This is for everybody who struggle with suicide, struggle with depression, struggle with childhood wounds that they feel like that they can't heal, um, struggle with just sadness, period. This is a quick message, a quick motivational message for you guys who are going through sadness and stuff like that. I want you to know that you're not alone. Another thing in the spiritual community that I want to say I just disagree with more than dislike is the preaching of negative emotions don't matter. You know, it's preaching of, I mean, to myself as a manifester, as a person who understands manifesting and stuff like that. I was thinking something. Yeah, manifesting and stuff like that. I learned that yes, being in a high vibrational state is the way to manifest. It is the way to manifest what you want, and you shouldn't let negative emotions affect that. But sometimes these negative emotions, not even sometimes, most of the time, these negative emotions come from childhood wounds. And I don't know if you guys understand, but everybody has an inner child, or everybody at least was a child before they became an adult, you know what I'm saying? So when manifesting, you have to first heal those wounds, or at least start the process of healing those wounds. Like people who go through sadness and stuff like that, people who go through sadness, where you're going through sadness, you're going through depression, you're going through this ache and emptiness, this pain inside that feels like a nag, that feels like you're not accomplishing anything in life, you feel like you're not worthy, not good enough. This is the wounds that really block us from abundance, block us for self-love, block us from all these things. It is the ability to really understand and heal our inner child. So, this is for the people, even for the people who are happy. I don't know, but this is specifically for the people who are sad, depression, and who had those suicide thoughts, who wanted to end their life. They didn't have the will to keep going, or feel like they're at this moment right now. Please understand, the universe is abundant. You as a spirit, as a person, as a human being, is abundant. You might not see it. You might not know where it's going to come. You might not know when it's going to come. But it will come. When you understand that you have everything inside of you. And understand that it's okay to have negative emotions. That, all right, you're feeling sad that day. When you see a child, they might get real angry at one point, and then 5 minutes later, they're happy. The reason why we have recurring deep down dark feelings that leads us to depression, because any emotion you hold on to or sink deep down into, you get depressed into, you get pressed into it. So to understand is understand that when you are trying to manifest something, or just sad and depressed, period, it's just the way it is. It could be genetic, all that stuff, all that other 3D crap, but the thing is to understand that happiness is the highest vibration. When people like to say love is, I like to say happiness, because when you're in love, what are you? You're happy when you're in love, you know. So the most thing that people don't understand is that they chase happiness, and they wonder why they can never be happy. You chase it all the damn time. It can never fucking stop running from you. It can't get a breath. It can't stop if you keep chasing it. So the best way to understand and get happiness is to be happy now. And I know it's hard. Definitely when you are working on an ego level, when you're working on a limited belief level. This level only sees how they can fix things or sees how things are not getting fixed. There's no other way, you know? So, on a higher vibrational level, the best thing I can give to people who's going through sadness and depression is meditation and exercise or going outside and grounding yourself. These three things actually helps me a lot. Also, feeling the emotion and not feeling guilty. Feeling it. Just know that it's an emotion. It's flowing through. It's just energy and motion. You can't destroy it. So you can't. The only way to heal this wound, you gotta let it flow. You gotta cry. You gotta let it out. You're gonna have those moments. You know, even when you're spiritually awakened, you already had your first awakening. You're still gonna have those depressed moments because you're clearing out energy so you can become the person you want to become. Don't resist. And even if you know, even if you're as a inclined manifester like me, like we all is, but like when you have that knowledge and you're like, well, I don't want to think negative, I don't want to feel negative because that's going to attract negative things in my life. But the problem is if you don't let it out, if you don't let it circulate, get out. Yeah, you might, at that moment, you might even manifest some things you don't want. Because definitely if you're a chronic manifester like me, you can just manifest shit you don't want instantly. So the thing is, it's to let it flow. Let it flow out. If you need to listen to some sad songs, if you need to cry, if you need to hug yourself, if you need to punch a pillow, all right, you gotta let those emotions flow. Because if you don't let hate flow, if you don't let fear flow, if you don't let it just flow, and sometimes all those hate and anger and fear emotions actually come from you're not feeling that wound. You're not feeling that emotion. And then sometimes those wounds, those emotions we feel actually has a message for you. You're just not listening. You're not wanting, you just like, I'm gonna smoke the weed, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna do something to distract myself. Instead of feeling the emotion. The feeling of the emotions give you a chance to actually receive a message. And these are normally inner child wounds or wounds from past lives. So when you go inside and start feeling your emotions and start diving deep and really understanding of what this wound, this pain, this certain hurt, this emotion is coming from, your message will be relayed. I give you an example. The most recent one for me was today when I was having this negative emotion. I'm kind of still having it, but I'm just letting it flow. It's a deep wound of not really expressing myself the way I want to express myself. It's this deep wound of holding in my creative expression. It's this deep wound not trusting myself. It's this deep wound of not feeling good enough to be who I was or who I am as a person, as a authentic person. And this comes from, I would say, when I was a kid, I always felt very timid around my father, of a masculine energy. I felt very timid. I felt very directionless. You know, I felt like I was on eggshells. And I feel like the same way today. But I feel like I'm on eggshells. I feel like I can't say what I want to say. I feel like I can't be the person I want to be. I feel like I can't. These are just new. These are new subconscious patterns and thoughts that I did not know I had. I did not know I felt like I was on eggshells, even though I felt like it, but I never addressed it. You know, that's another thing. When you get these downloads, these messages from the wound, from this pain, you didn't understand. Another thing is to address it. It's to say, okay, yeah, this is what the fuck it was. This is what it is. As a kid, I walked on eggshells. I felt like I couldn't. I had to make moves around people that would benefit them, but not me. You know what I'm saying? Only worth I have is what I do. Only worth I have is what I give. You know, you can see that pain in me when I'm saying it, because I'm actually releasing it right now in front of you. And another thing is that turned and made a belief that I can't trust myself, which made a belief that I can't trust others. So as I went to that room, as I am still going into that room right now, previously, because I want you guys to see that people who manifest great things in their life, people who are starting to manifest great things in their life, they have moments just like this where they look crazy. I look crazy in all my videos. Who gives a fuck? Whatever. But I look very attractive. That's my personal belief. So, but, okay. See, I'm healing that pain now. I'm being, as I saw 11:11. I'm healing that pain now. But yeah, it's this understanding of knowing that this understanding of knowing and how to go into those wounds and learning how to heal them, knit them out, put a band. You guys put a bandage on it, but you never did the surgery. It hurts. Surgery. If you was awoke during surgery, you wouldn't be alive. Okay, so just understand, when you're doing surgery on your emotional body, it's gonna hurt, even physically. So when you go, first you address it, and then second you start to realign the story. You start to realign the story. So when I was a kid, I used to walk on an eggshell, just a people pleasing, just pleasing, doing what I was supposed to. It's some stuff I did to run away from those emotions when I was a kid, which was sex, masturbation, or just imagination, you know? So when when I started masturbating at 5, I felt really depressed. At 5 years old, masturbating, getting my okay. But yeah, I was a freak, and I always been, and I ain't nothing wrong with that, being sexual, having a high libido. But as a kid, I didn't know that sexual energy was my creative energy, was my manifesting energy, and I didn't know it, and I waste a lot of it. Even to this day, sometimes I waste a lot of it. No one's perfect, you know. But when you go into for example, I'm going into my childhood, I walked on eggshells around people. I walked on eggshells. I made what I had to say not important. I lacked confidence. This all came from not wanting to show who I really was, being afraid. All this actually really came from the fear of being different, the fear of being expressive, commanding the crowd, being open. And this is another thing too. A lot of people's, in my experience of what I have discovered in my own life, a lot of people go through experiences of childhood wounds of their self, of actually, the childhood wounds is actually from their South Node energy, past life energy, whatever. But if you don't believe in past life, South Node energy is just your life before you hit your Saturn return. The energy was born that's natural, that feels comfortable to you. So what made me feel comfortable, this is astrology. Look up your North Node, because North Node is your life purpose, and your South Node is like the talents and skills you have from previous lifetimes. But in my perspective, also, the South Node shows a way of seeing those those painful kicking asses, emotional childhood wounds is in your South Node also, because these are the energy that you're in, but you have, but that beginning part of life or past life, but that beginning part of life is really trying to kick your ass out of that energy. So when you're in that energy, you get a lot of pain and hurt and distancing, a lot of dark night of the souls, a lot of like tower moments to get you out of that South Node energy into your life purpose, which is your North Node energy. Just a little astrology stuff for me, what personally, what I think, or what I feel, what I've experienced. Because with my South Node, I have Aquarius on my South Node, and my South Node in Aquarius, really in the first house too. Really, and I'm not Aquarius ascended. I'm a Capricorn ascended, but the Aquarius South Node in the first house shows that my personality, my personal reality, I was always focused as a kid on my personal reality and how could I help the personal reality? How could I be different from the also too, to be different but not in a way that's expressive, because gotta understand, Aquarians, they don't really express, they don't want to leave an expression on you. They'll tell you what they think. They'll tell you their different weird ideas. They will explain it. They will put it into action even too sometimes. But they would never express it. They would be like, hey, this is what I'm going to do. They passionate. You know, I'm talking about South Node Aquarius. I'm not talking about Aquarius. Like Aquarius, the sun sign, it could be totally different because that's expressing, the sun sign is expressing those Aquarian qualities. So they're going to see that different, how different they are, how out of the box, how they want to be out of the box. It just that's their expression. The South Node Aquarius people, they have unique talents and gifts and stuff like that, but they don't want it to use it for themselves. They want to use it for the people around them to make them happy. That's basically what I was doing personally with because I have it in my first house. So I will really focus on how I can be attractive, cause it's the first house. Like, how can I be attractive? How can I be different, but in a way that I'm still in the group? You know what I'm saying? How can I still do what I want in a secret way? Not in like a secret like Scorpio, but like secret way, like I'm just doing it in my head, like I'm doing what I want to do, but you might see me do it, but I ain't doing it for your expression. I ain't doing it for you to see me. This is basically, I don't want to be seen. And this is what I've been doing as a South Node energy in my kid. I didn't want to be seen. I didn't want to be doing anything that would make a outburst and make an emotion in somebody, like a Leo South Node people are. Because my mom was a Leo South Node people, and they don't care. They'll make that expression. They're like, listen, motherfucker. And then they be like, oh, bitch, you call me a motherfucker? They like that shit. They like that aggressive shit. I don't. But basically, I didn't want to be seen. You know, I didn't want to be seen. I didn't want to be heard. But deep down, I wanted to be seen and I wanted to be heard, because this is the energy that I wanted to go towards. But every time as a kid, the reason why I didn't express myself, because I was so stuck in the South Node energy, and made me walk on eggshells, made me I felt little, I didn't feel confident. You know, the best way to see what childhood like wounds you have is to look at your South Node energy, and also look at your moon energy, because your moon energy is the Kaaba that you're coming in. This is what you're coming in, so that you could also look at your moon, because it's your mother, but it's also your emotions with your mother, or it's just emotions personally. Also your fourth house, because that's dealing with home also, and the second house too, because that's like your family and investments and stuff like that. But yeah, a lot of childhood, you know, it basically comes from your South Node, you know. So you first you gotta really feel it. Second of all, you got to address it. Third of all, look up yourself in North Node. And then when you're after going through all this emotional crying, all that stuff, and then you go through the dressing, and then you're going through your South Node and seeing stuff, you can understand that all your childhood wounds was there because it was pushing you to go into your passion, go into your North Node, your life purpose. See, listen, all you people, you made it to 20 minutes. Listen, and everybody who's going through depression, having anxiety attacks outside because of coronavirus, anybody who went through a lot of hell, went through a lot of pain, struggle, this was teaching you to get out of that self-no energy. This is for all the young kids. I'm talking maybe the grown-ups, like when y'all like 40s, 50s, 60s, you still listen. You still can tap into, you already in your North Node's energy, so, but I'm really talking to the kids right now. I'm talking about the kids to like 25, before it hits, the North Node, energy that it naturally just taps in. I'm talking about the people 5 who can recognize what I'm saying, 5 to like 25, you know what I'm saying? Or anybody who's going through depression or going through suicidal thoughts. You gotta understand that you're going through these things because you're stuck in that old energy. You're stuck in it. Get out. Look up your astrology chart. If you know the time of your birth, that's great. If you don't, so it's okay. You can still get your North Node and your South Node. Follow follow your North Node. I don't care how difficult it is right now. Even if it feels uncomfortable, follow your North Node. And also feel your emotions. Don't ever listen to these freaking irritating ass manifestors telling you don't feel negative emotions. They basically telling you don't dwell on negative emotions. That's what they should change that. I ain't mad at them. Jason should just change it to don't dwell on negative emotions and don't dwell on happy emotions either. Be neutralized. Be a magician. Stay in the middle. If you feel depressed, okay, go through the depression motion and heal yourself. You feel happy? Feel happy. But the real state you want to be at is peace. When you're just at peace. That's the true essence. That's the feeling before enlightenment. That's the feeling that you want to have. Peace. That's what everybody wants. That's what something my mom will always say. And I was a kid, I never understood. I just want a peace of mind. I just want peace. And I'm just like, man, I want excitement. I'm going to have fun. What are you talking about peace? It's boring. After I lost my mom 2 years ago and went through hella lot after I lost her, I finally understood when she said, I just want peace. That's what everybody wants. It's the deepest core, even with love, even with money, even with joy, all that. The main thing that people want is peace. Peace of damn mind. Because when you have a peace of mind, it's easy for you to have the emotions you want to have. To feel love, to feel grateful, to feel happiness. Peace. Peace, y'all. Not yet. But you made it this far. You made it this far, okay? Do not let life throw you off course. Don't let negative energy throw you off course. Feel it, let it go, and keep on with your day. And be positive. And know that life will be okay. You're beautiful. You're handsome. You're awesome. You're abundant. You're talented. You're skillful. You're worthy for everything you want. Everything you want and need is already yours. Because you wouldn't have that desire if it was a plan for you. So love yourself. Nurture yourself. Treat yourself like your own best friend. like your own lover, like your own sister or brother, like your own child. Love yourself. Don't criticize yourself. You're perfect just the way you are. You're perfect for your purpose. That's what I want you to do. Write in the comment section, you're perfect for your purpose. Do not ever change yourself for other people. Be who you are. Okay? Be who you are, because this is who you came to be. Okay? This is the person that will attract the deepest desires of your heart when you be exactly who you are supposed to be. Negative or positive, all of it. You got to accept it first before you can even change it. You got to accept it first before you can even love it. You have to accept yourself. It's just the way it is. You got to accept life, the life you have right now. Accept it first before you can change it. You got to love what you can love. You know, even you can love a flower that's out your fucking window. Something that will bring some gratitude into your life is important. So, heal your inner child. Feel joy again. Be at peace. And know that you're not alone. And people love you. People all around the world love you. Because you are you. And no one, and I mean no one, can be who you are. And that's special. You are meant to live here. You're meant to have a wonderful life. You're meant to influence a lot of people. All your purposes have an impact, small or big. Just know, doing what you love from the heart, caring about people again, loving people, loving yourself, taking care of yourself, and understanding that life is beautiful. And don't give up. And do not fear, because the universe got you. Your higher self, your spirit guides, your ancestors. If you're not into that, God, Jesus, Muhammad, got you. All right? Have faith. I know it can be hard sometimes, but have faith. Please have faith. I'm here with you through the whole journey. I love you guys. Have a blessed day. The Counselor, we out.